Hello. So I thought we would look at some things in across the border from Gaza that I've been looking at, and I've been not recording, but this I just thought warrants looking at closer and discussing and sharing what I have seen. So this is 4 images from August 2021, 22nd, 23rd, October 23rd, or 23. 2021 through 24. The last image is November 24. October 2023 is one of the images. And there's this region where nothing is there really. And then it becomes relatively deep looking, like there initially not so much, but then there's a shadow. It looks pretty deep. This structure, it extends beyond the road, where they like moved the road. It was straight. Now it's bends around it. And it's got a bunch of mounds in there. We can see a little spot that water seems to have pooled. Suggestive it was just pretty deep, and it went from nothing there to two pits, basically circular-ish. One along the road, by the way. So imagine you're driving down this road, this pit is here, and you want to dispose of things into the pit. You do so. It's very odd, and then the pit is filled by actually June 2024. It's just November's better image. So I used that one, but really it's at its deepest capacity, October 2023. And then it's infilled entirely by June 2024. And this is across the Rafah border. So let's look around. This is here. So this is its current state that we can see in Google Maps. And it is more, so here's Gaza, the border. And then Gaza. And then this pit is down here, right at the corner, right next to this trench, and a lot of like backfill, and another trench, and they're deep and large, and then another trench over here that goes over here, and then even is being seemingly extended to over here. And I've talked about this before, but I thought it really warrants looking at it some more. So this area is walled off. All of this is walled off, by the way. And I pulled up this story. This is the area where the pit is like right here. So I guess we should look at this story from February 2024. The 22nd of February. Let's see. They say Egypt has built more than 3 kilometers of wall in the past week, in addition to further clearance of a large area next to its border with Gaza. It comes after Israel warned it is preparing for a ground offensive in Gaza's southern city of Rafah. The city has seen a huge increase in its population in recent months. So there's a ground offensive into a region that has seen a huge increase in its population in recent months due to bombing in northern Gaza and evacuation orders to southern Gaza. Egyptian authorities say no provisions are being made for displaced Palestinians in the area is meant for a, quote, logistic, I don't even know, logistic, I don't know why it's like not coming to me. Hub for aid, so it's a hub for aid. But an aid worker for a UK charity who is part of the humanitarian efforts in Gaza told the BBC she had never seen large-scale clearing of land for such logistical hub. Damn it. Hey, I was like, I got it. I don't want to laugh because this is fucking heinous. And they were unaware of any such plan. What do the latest images show? More than 16 square kilometers have been cleared just over the border from Gaza, visible in the recent satellite images. I haven't read this actually, so I guess I don't know if I want to like read the whole thing. It looks. Let's see how long it is. Okay, whatever. What appears to be a crane and other vehicles can be seen near construction materials. In the southeast corner, you can see a buildup of trucks along the main road, which leads from North Egypt into Gaza. I don't know if that's here. I guess here. Or building materials, construction, maybe. Oh, yes, this stuff. A bunch of trucks that are seemingly supplies not being allowed in. What is the area for? Following reports, the area was being made to house Palestinian refugees. Egypt publicly denied it was making any such preparations. Since the start of the Gaza war following Hamas's attack on Israel on October 7th, 2023, Egypt has consistently said it would not open its border to refugees. It has taken that stance partly because it does not want to appear complicit in the large-scale displacement of Palestinians, but also out of economic and security concerns. And Israel has previously said that it has no intention of evacuating Palestinian civilians to Egypt. No, probably not. The authorities in Egypt's North Sinai province released a statement saying the armed forces are setting up a logistical area to receive aid for Gaza. To receive aid. To ease the congestion on the roads near the border. So here's an image of the wall. Person for scale. So it's like at least three of this guy tall. So I'll say at least 16 feet or so. Tall wall that is not see-through, like it's not a fence. It's a concrete slab wall that wraps around the entire area. So say you're over here driving down this road. What do you see? A slab wall. anywhere where you're literally around it. You cannot see beyond the slab wall. Okay. The local governor said the area was being prepared for, quote, truck waiting areas, secure warehouses, administrative offices, and driver accommodations. However, the BBC has spoken to a humanitarian expert who is part of a group which coordinates aid efforts into Gaza, and she says they haven't heard of any such plan. If there was a plan to suddenly increase the capacity by constructing a hub of sorts, I would suggest that this would have been shared with aid agencies by the Egyptian authorities, she said. The aid worker didn't want to be named, and as it could complicate the relationship between the aid organization she works for and the Egyptian authorities. The capacity for warehousing in Egypt is something that is discussed at almost every meeting. Given that this hasn't been shared, my assumption is that this is not what the plan is, she added. We showed the latest satellite images to several security experts to see what they thought its purpose could be. Andreas Krigg, a senior lecturer in security studies at King's College London, said, "You do not need to clear that much ground to stage waiting trucks. To me, it very much looks like Egypt making preparations for the worst case scenario. If you put this in perspective of how big this area is, 16 kilometers squared of trucks, that is thousands and thousands of trucks. There's never been a situation where you've had thousands of trucks waiting at the border." So this area is described that way. And then there's these trenches. And then if we look like over here, we see destroyed homes. And what happened here? Well, we can look at it by going to historical imagery in Go Earth Pro. So right now we're looking at April 2026, apparently. I don't know if that's what this image is. We can tell if we go back. That's probably like some images. It didn't change, so it's June 2024. And then a previous image, November 2023. Previous image, October 2023. And then if we look, they're still destroyed. August 2023. May 2023, they're still destroyed. May 2021. July 2020. November 2019. 2018. 2017. Okay, we see homes. But if we scroll out, do we see homes to the border? No. We see a destroyed area. So what happened? What is going on here? If we look over here where that was, the stuff we were just looking at, there's literally homes. This whole area, this walled security logistical hub. Damn it. Is full of homes and with like stuff going on, roads in abundance relatively to what we saw, which was just like the main road. And then over here there's homes down here in Egypt. This is all across the border. If we look at Gaza, the homes are there. There's places that probably there's something, I don't know if at this time, probably not. Like, let's check way up north. Like, even here looks fine. So, at this time, Gaza is not under the scale of attack it has been under. But what is happening, we notice, is these homes are being cleared out where these are gone. This is already in the process of being dug. This trench along the border, buffer zone, as they call it, is begun. And it's just happening. And we see all sorts of tracks of the process, strange things going on, but... And then they're doing it down here as well. Like, right next to freaking homes. That's crazy. Destroyed homes. Actual standing homes. Right up to the freaking thing. That's insane. But let's go back. This, though... 2020, or 2016, 2015, and 2014 just begun. We literally just see it begun. Like, what the fuck? Could you imagine, like, living in one of these places and you see, like, a storm coming? Like, literally, like a wave that's moving in here. Let's go back to when the homes are there. Some are here, some are not. In September 2014. And then... I clicked back, I guess. 2008, we see homes. A little tough to see what's going on, definitely. Homes, 2010. Homes, 2010. 2012. 2012 homes. I guess this was happening first. In 2012, this trench is already started. 2010. 2008. Like around the time of Obama. Crazy. Not there. Let's see if there's like any of it. It's like as it just organically became. No widespread destruction. I guess something happened here. I assume that... I don't know. It looks... oh. I don't know. It looks destroyed, but... oh, yeah. Yeah, there's like a few standing. Cross. Interesting. Then going forward again, we go and see. Just like this. 2014, 2015. Okay, it's starting to form here. Really, like the bulk of it is maybe worth looking over here. Oh my god. That's so crazy. Going like, it's like the way it fills in. It's like invading. Bam. Next, like, border. And like pushed out the border. And then the fucking pits start going in 2019. Okay? These trenches are happening in 2019 and really 2008. Like, have evidence that it began. And by 2019, the houses in the area are being systematically destroyed as part of a buffer zone that Egypt is offering to move people away, get them out of the area, and create this just void in the desert for things to happen right where bombs and evacuation orders force Gazans to the southern border. And then 2020, we're back to before the pit was dug. So we look around this area. Looks like the houses are destroyed. And then 2021. Still no sign of that specific feature. 2022 May, no sign of, I guess maybe it was May. Oh, literally in the month of May, two separate images, I guess. 2022. Whatever is going on here, like we literally can look at this, like, like they come from over here. Where might they be coming from? And then they go this way. And go up and over here. Like the tracks are not like coming north and then turning like into this area. They're coming from the north southward and then turning into this area and doing this. And then by August 2023, it's progressively larger, and this one is just having tears formed in it for some reason. And then by October 2023, we really see two substantial like pit features have been dug in the dirt. This one so freaking large that they had to readjust the road. And then this one, very circular. And if we look around, they're not even alone. It's not just those. Like, what's this? Let's go back. Let's go back. Up. It's not there. May 2022. October 2023. And it's fucking gone. June 2024. Where is it? It's just a flat area now. November 2024. Why is it flat? Wasn't it just like this? Okay, let's see. What about these? Like, say this one. That looks pretty deep. Oh, it wasn't fucking there in May 2022. And then Pitt, October 2023. Pit with a bunch of fucking dirt piles around it. Just shoved to the side, and then a pit dug. October 2023 that was begun May 2022 and beyond. June is fucking flat. Where is it literally like it never was? It's just tracks. Where'd it go? What the fuck was that, dude? What about, like, this one? This is a path in and, like, a circle around. Pit that in May 2022 did not exist. Was foundations of housing. In August 2023 it appears. It gets more pronounced by October 2023. And then by June 2024, it's fucking gone. And there's a road atop it. They're just driving over whatever's in there. I didn't even see that part. Holy fucking shit, dude. Oh, wasn't there. May 2022. Starts to be dug. Okay, some kind of cavity. It's even like whatever they can do. It's not some systematic thing. Just dig a pit with machinery. And then it's gone. June 2024. Gone. But there's tracks over top it. This one is not gone, but is more than it was. Like, it's kind of like the first one, only one of the two was filled in the imagery. That doesn't mean they're not filled by now. Because this is like 2 years old data. Some kind of pit, so like there's two of them here. This one is just gone, and then this one is much less. So if we go to 2023, we can see, like, okay, that's a good time when apparently these pits exist. 2023, October 2023 is maybe the best satellite imagery. Look at this. Like, that's clearly a pit. That if we go back to May 2022, wasn't there. And if we go back to, say, I don't know, 2010, was just like anywhere else in the area, some housing. But if we go to October 2023, it's a pit. And then June 2024, it's fucking gone. Both of these. Like that one's gone too. Also, May 2022. Nothing. That's strange. Whatever this is early almost. Like it's in this image. Does it become a pit? Maybe. It's fucking gone too. One way or the other. Like, what the fuck is this? That looks like literal refugee tents. But again, May, let's count them. They're not there. May 2022, that top one was like the main focus at that time. So we've got two here. And if we kind of look along over here, some here as well. Here's one. Let's just gander ahead. Here, up, filled in, flat. By June 2024. And then I guess let's follow this road. It goes over here. It goes up, across, up, over, up to here. Basically right there. So let's say Egypt is doing this. What are they fucking doing? They're like going up their Egyptian roads, right? Because that's what Egypt would do. They're driving this way. And they say, you know what? Let's fucking go all the way up here and cut in here. And start digging pits over here. Or they're just like, boop. So that's 3. Looks to be some like small ones here. October 2023. Still there. These are still there. In the imagery at least. Okay, so 3 though. I think there's another that's like along this that I saw. Maybe this one? Maybe. So I guess that's still there. Oh, I was looking at the wrong time. I gotta look at October 2023. Okay, so we see those just piles like we see in the first pit. all over the place here. Like, just shoving material. Boop, 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 boop. Where it makes like a caterpillar. Or something. The fuck is this? What is that? Okay, so let's check out some more. Not sure that's a pit. It almost looks like tall. What the fuck? Okay, let's stick to this quadrant. This quadrant. So we see 1, 2, 3, where 2 of them have been filled in. 4, 5, where half of this and this one. So 3 of 5 have been filled in. This one, 6. Seven. 8. You can see like water clearly ran down there to concentrate. 9, 10, 11. Twelve, 13, possibly another. Let's see, 14, 15. Possibly a bunch of little ones too. 16. Let's see the tracks. Definite tracks. I lost count, dude. 16, 17. 18. Probably counted those. So that's all. That's probably about all of them. Oh my god. It's so gross. Ugh. Huh. Oh my god, you can see them doing it. The fuck? Dude. Okay, dudes. Let's think about this. Let's say you just wanted to bury something in mass. You want to bury something in mass easily. Is it best to dig straight down or just to dig angled down? Have almost like a doorway into a depression in the earth where you just leave all the material around it. And then later you come along, fill up the depression, and just flatten it. This looks strange. It's definitely that. Like, what the fuck? Let's see what's going on with these trucks first. No trucks until after November 2023. And then trucks and definitely some buildings. Some tents put up. Tents up. I'm like, what is this pit? One pit, two pit. Weird. A mosque. Oh my god. That's fucking insane. Oh, it's still a mosque. No? Oh yeah. That building's still standing, I see. And then they've got some kind of maybe water retention. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Or just straight up disposal of something. I don't know. Okay, let's take a gander out here, though. Oh, what's that? That's Egypt, right? That's just Egypt hanging out. Just fucking rows. That's just Egypt. It goes right to like fucking across this. Boop. Cuts through here. Goes down this road. So I guess they come on down here some way. And down here. Across this military zone. And then cut across through this gap in the wall that's surrounded by trucks. So it looks like it's trucks in there. And then goes through and it just straight across. Just based on these. Bam, over here. And then follows down these tracks to bam, here we are. And then just parks in rows, and then I look over here, I'm like, what in the fuck, dude? They're posted up over here. If we go, this is November 2023. Oh, where are they? Alright, 2024. June 2024. October 2024. There's nothing here. And then boom. A bunch of them. And then rows of them over here. Whatever it is. Let's say it's some kind of, I don't know, tanky. I don't want to say tank, but tank. So they got tanks that are rolling through the region. So they're like kind of controlling access here. So let's say Egypt is well-meaning and acquiesced to Israel's demands that they remove a portion of people as a buffer zone. So Egypt did this. They removed these people. And then Israel's like, well, we're gonna... Israel, after all these pits are dug. After all the pits are dug. Israel just sitting there all like a kind and peaceful child with no ill intentions, just being an image of perfection, was attacked totally by someone else, and it wasn't like a false flag or anything. And then they just bombed the shit out of Gaza, and what happened follows. And then tanks appear beyond this region that is surrounded by a tall wall. It's at least 16 feet tall. I don't think we can see it there. There it is. Like, not there. Interestingly, the pits are being dug. It's not there. So, some tanks. Definitely some military stuff here. October 2023. Unclear what day that is. Oh, maybe it says it down the bottom. October 29, 2023. So this is just after the 7th. 3 weeks later, the November 23rd, 2023. And then by June 2nd, 2022, all these pits are filled. And the tall wall that blocks all view. No one knows what the fuck just happened. Dudes. I mean, it's fucking glaringly obvious what they're doing. It's fucking glaringly obvious. Oh my god, like, if you think about it, it's the most efficient way that our current technology offers to hide the evidence of what you're fucking doing, digging a bunch of pits and infilling them months after they're dug. Happening to be at the time of what was happening. It's fucking, like, what the fuck? And then over here, like, what the fuck? I don't know what to make of this. They look almost like small holes, maybe. They're very similar. I don't know what they are. But they weren't there in such abundance in June 2024. And then in October 2023, they just weren't there. They just weren't there. And then by June, they start to show up in small numbers. And then by November, in large numbers. In this... Within the walled off area is a walled off area that has this happening, that then around the walled off area has a trench structure going around it with mounds that, let's say you're trying to like exit, you're gonna go through this, and it goes around it besides like access points. And then there's another walled off area with both with buildings that seem like if you wanted to put a large amount of people in, even temporarily, you could hold them there, maybe make displays of what happens to people who are non-compliant and leave the evidence for all to see as some kind of indication of what happens to anyone who doesn't obey them. They're even out here fucking littering it. I don't... there even? I don't know. That's less conclusive, but I mean, given the circumstances, it's pretty freaking weird. This one doesn't seem to have that. I don't see any of those over here. So maybe this is like the good guys who maintain this area but aren't restricted from coming and going, but they're just using this structure for convenience because of its adjacency to this other structure, both of which were convenient if we go back in time. They're there, they're there, they're there, they're there, they're there, they're there. They're there June or October 2027, they're there. They still have these strange trenches around this one. And then by March 2016, we see buildings all around. But if we go forward, those buildings are gone. But certain buildings remain. Like, they were, like, good as they were for some purpose that led to there being these pits showing up at a certain time in one of them and not the other. And then if we look around, that whole thing is quite central. So imagine you can see over the wall. Like you happen to be in some location that is a weak point of vision into whatever's going on here. Can you see that far? Like, well, maybe. I mean, it reduces the capacity to be spotted, whatever's going on there, which is also in a walled off area itself, maybe tall enough that they knew it would be good as like a place to keep things unviewed from anyone who they just wouldn't already be informed and in approval of what was happening. Buildings over here. I wonder if these made it through, like, actually. Nope, they're destroyed. And these are rebuilt. Oh, shit. Like, this is shit being rebuilt. It's like, are they freaking building housing around what is going on? If, that's fucking disturbing. They're living next to rubble. It looks like makeshift structures. All over here. Let's see. Buildings that are not those. Oh no, yeah, that maybe those actually. I mean, this could be locals, or it could be people building atop the destruction. It just seems like a convenient location to be adjacent to this thing. This image sucks. There we go. And then housing. Let's see how far. We even see destruction down here. Oh my god, dude. When did this happen? Looks, I don't see anything clearly. Destruction. Let's look here. Okay, that is. Oh, okay, there. What am I looking at again? Oh, down here. Let's even look further south. This is the most recent December 2023. Let's see. Where that shit? Definitely destruction reaching here. Widespread. So fucking ridiculous. This looks more like Egypt's involved. But this shit goes down here at least. Friggin' at least like 5 miles from the Rafah border, and it's pretty much all destroyed. At least 3 miles probably, besides whatever this is, which is clearly not just civilian housing or something. I don't even see evidence of people. There's a car. There's some cars. Not many. Up. I thought that was something else. It looked like it. Let's see. Okay, it doesn't move. Very weird. Oh, is it like cricket? Maybe this is like some place to play cricket or something. I don't think that's actually cricket. What the hell is that? That's weird. It's so weird. What the fuck is this? Is this like where they moved everyone? We're gonna force you away, but we'll give you housing and this shit. While we build dig a bunch of pits with tall walls around it in a huge area. That just happens to be like where Gaza ends. Is like right next to the inlet to this pit. So let's say you're like a Gazan and you're like, oh shit, dude, my whoever was taken at gunpoint, let's say, or by whatever means, hands tied, taken, put in a bus. I put in a bus. They told to just obey, kind of thing, and they didn't want to get shot, so they just went along with it. And I don't know what's happening. I saw them though leave this way, so they went up that way. Let's say they're like freaking over here somewhere. Like, mind you, this area got destroyed like inward. So if we go forward in time, it's all fucking gone. So again, they're like, where's the closest eyewitness now? All the way the fuck over here somewhere. So it's not as like easily spottable as if you're like living in this house. And you're like, dude, these buses keep going by and then turning over there. It's weird. I see him turning down that old Cricket Road just beyond the Israel border. I just made that road up if anyone does. Oh shit. All fine over here. October 2023. By June 2024, it's just fucking gone. I don't know what's going on here. Damn, dude. Destroyed that shit, left those standing. And then just systematically cleared out like this corner and into it. Fucking widespread destruction. Fucking years of preparation. So let's summarize. Over a decade of preparation of this southern area where these trenches are being dug and walls are put around it, systematically forming this. 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, pits start being formed, dug. 2023, and then October 2023, we have a sea of pits in a walled off fucking area. And Israel shoots its own fucking people. And then invades Gaza. If they're even a legitimate fucking country, Israel. Which they're really not, but besides the point. They invade on false pretense. Text? After fucking holes are dug and they force them all down to the holes. So, like, it's as efficient as possible. Imagine you wanted to get rid of millions of people or a million people or whatever number this capacity is. I mean, this is a fucking unused portion. Unused. Like, fill some of this in. These pits are like a fucking this. All of the pits probably combined to like this thing. Only. And there's several more times it just right to the Balda area alone. And then there's the other portions of it over here. But then these fucking pits are done. Filled. We're done with what we were doing. This one's probably filled by now. It's a little harder to reach. Let's say you're like, okay, we got 2 pits. We gotta fill it with something that we're trying to get rid of. Because why are we dig pits? What are we burying them if we're rapidly burying something in a circular pit? Probably we want to get rid of stuff. Let's say it's stuff and not like something that shouldn't be put in a pit in mass. And then have cars drive over top the pit. Like, it's so efficient. They dig in from the side at an angle, so they just like start fucking digging in. And it's sandy, so they can dig in pretty good. And they just move it out of the way, create these piles. Like so. Shove it aside, or like mounds too. And get it out of the way and just keep going until they've actually dug a pit by a freaking a motorized vehicle, not by hand, a motorized vehicle. So someone's just like, all they need is the capacity to drive one of these things, and they can easily dig a pit. And then they dig a bunch of pits in rapid succession. I think there's also a video, or one time in this when I spotted the actual fucking thing. Like the truck. I don't know where it was. I was hoping it was like over here. Like, dude, it's one of the things. I don't know. I mean, and then you're disposing of things, though, into this hole. And then you, like, obviously, you choose the fucking easy to reach hole. And you got 2 options. This one's easy to reach. You just fucking boop, boom. Fill it in. Throw shit over the cliff. And then drive away. This one, you kind of gotta, like, work to get there. Go through maybe this way. cut over it maybe this way. Somehow get over here to this area and then go across here to the opposite side or to kind of get into it and dump in the center, or kind of put it on like a tier, but that's maybe not good enough. So it's just not as convenient as this one, and it's not as infilled afterwards as this one either, with the fucking mounds even. This is almost like a marker. Like, hey dudes, you're driving on this road. Just a heads up. This shit isn't as compact as everything around it because it's a big fucking pit we just infilled. And it's gonna maybe depress a little bit over time. So if you're driving along and your tire maybe goes off into the pit, you're gonna notice. So just avoid the pit. Here's a marker. So it doesn't actually, like, the pit literally goes to the fucking road. Here, it's like to here. That's probably just someone drove over the fucking pit. Like this. It does look kind of purposeful in terms of like here to here. Like it was shoved. They had to put the thing down to shove it. So maybe it was as a kind of marker. Just a heads up to themselves and others that are kind of driving through with some understanding there's fucking pits that are infilled around them. I mean, it's just fucking egregious. It's so egregious. Heinous. Criminal. Fucked. Weird. This one goes back to 2021 and has tracks to the road. Like going eastward, seemingly. Like they came off of this road and went this way, came through one way, fucked around doing something, and then just left that way, and possibly also going this way. Is that a road? No, it looks like they went that way. I can't even tell if that's a pit per se, but it's fucking gone. It's like they're running out of pits, so they're just restarting some. What the fuck are they doing? So weird. Building gone. Gone. It might be just like a way of making a wall cheaply with what's there. Because some of those things look kind of pre-existing. Not sure if it's like a military thing. Oh my god. Okay. So that's what's going on. Obvious and egregiously happening. Like, where do they go? Mind you, this is called a buffer zone. Like, that's what they call it. They say this is a buffer zone. And by they, I specifically mean Egypt is the one who describes, since it's Egypt, describes this as a buffer zone in general. Although it sounds like they don't acknowledge this. It's just no one acknowledges that it's there. I don't know. Also, what's in these trucks? I mean, why are some of them like going this way? Why are they far up this way towards here and beyond that towards this pit? Also up this way. Like, they're pretty far into this area. If they're just like bringing stuff into Gaza and some egregious shit is happening over here, I don't feel like they would be allowed in so easily or so far. Makes me wonder what's in some of them. If not all of them, but probably not all. It probably is some cargo, but maybe they're like limited to here, and I don't know. Hard to say what the fuck's going on here. Like, why are they like this? Looks like they could be anywhere, but they're like organized but spaced. And these are facing this way. So did they back up? Like, why are they mostly facing south? Because they're already prepared to leave, maybe? Maybe. Cargo trucks. I don't know what to make of that part of it all. But that's a lot of pits to be dug. Like, it's not like that's anywhere else. But like I was saying before, I don't know where the Lebanon border is, so on this map that doesn't have the borders without, I don't know how to bring them up. View. Tools. Region 8, maybe. No. I don't know. Okay. But they've been bombing southern Lebanon. And now they're saying it's going to be a buffer zone. I don't know how far in. So imagine, like, you want to kill some people somewhere else. And your plan is to not, again, you don't want to use your land. You don't want to use your land. Optimally, you use someone else's land for disposal of any unwanted evidence. And so you do, and you say, well, that worked pretty well. Really well. I mean, we had like 20 pits filled. And then you realize, well, the buffer zone argument is a really good one. We need a buffer zone. So you basically unwittingly choose to, like, flag to the world buffer zone when talking about something fucking egregious. Buffer zone. Oh, buffer zone. So we're gonna have a buffer zone? Oh, a buffer zone? That's what you're gonna do? After this buffer zone's, came to be? So over here there's gonna be a buffer zone? That's what you're saying? Now in Gaza, they got the convenience that they can kind of shove them south to the buffer zone, whereas up here, the buffer zone is maybe not as convenient. Well, we want to shove them to the buffer zone, but they're all running north and away from us. This doesn't quite work as well, so I'm not sure that's what they intend. It also would take them a long time, although it seems like they figured out how to freaking do it. Like, I need the historical data. They figured out how to do it. You just fucking shove a machinery on through, like anything that can dig a pit. I guess some kind of bulldozer. I don't know machinery well like that. Bulldozer flattens. Some kind of machinery that digs the fucking pit for you. And you just scoop it on out, in and out, in and out, in and out, and you make a rounded pit. And you set this infill around it so it's accessible. Just kind of leave it in the area. And then when you're ready, you just shove it back on top. Okay, this is not shoved on top. What happened to infill this? I guess the surroundings less. Did they like take this shit and put it in there? It doesn't really seem like it. Oh, maybe. It's definitely more pronounced here, but that doesn't mean it's not like a wind-blown sand effect that's hiding it, but like it's infilled somehow. This is definitely quite flat looking generally, where there's more definition of other details here. Let's see, all these plants are here. And they're gone. So that's a good indication they were in the way. They like change. Do plants change elsewhere as much? I would expect them to be more long lasting. I don't know what's. It's like, is it plants? I hate freaking laughing and making silly jokes in this moment. This is fucking terrible, dudes. Like, there's no excuse. The only thing that could possibly make this reasonable is if it was like truly a movie and like people knew they were playing a role in all of this. And like no one's getting hurt. No one's getting hurt. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be the case. Seems to be some fucking pits for the purpose of obvious shit. Okay, dudes. I'm out, I guess. I'll see y'all sometime. Sometime. I don't know when. Just had to get this off my chest, really. I've been looking at this on and off. Since I noticed that these pits were infilled, I was like, dude. Because sometimes I go, like in my underground science, I talked about these structures, and I'm like, these look like fucking streamlined genocide to me. If I do say so myself, and then I didn't notice these really, but they were also in the images. And then I was like, wait a minute, those got dug, and not just dug, but infilled. Like, that's fucking filled. And then I started looking for more, and I'm like, dude, it's so fucking blatant. What the fuck? Like, could it be what it just obviously fucking is? And then I'm like, people don't even know how terrible this fucking thing is. This plague on humanity. Like, the actual magnitude of egregious fucking terribleness. Like, what the fuck? Dudes, imagine if, like, right now, there were two sides, as there are on Israel and Gaza. It's like, from the river to the sea, and then whatever Israel says. And Israel's arguments were, oh, whatever the fuck they want to say, October 7th. And then, like, this. What about October 7th? Why are all these pits fucking in the middle of the desert, surrounded by walls, in a region where the buildings are destroyed? Why are they first dug and then October 7th happened? And then they're all infilled. What the fuck are you talking about? obviously it's a staged false flag to enable what was premeditated. Like, it's fucking clear as day. Oh my lord, dudes. And then think, like, imagine you're in Gaza, and people are like, oh, if I could just get over the border. Would you want to risk, let's say you were in Gaza and you wanted to go away from the bombing and shit, and like inevitable death in the way they don't have food, they don't have resources, they just live in rubble and tents and rain and cold with like malnutrition, starvation, and constant threats like fucking drones with crying babies to just instigate people to their deaths. People shot for no fucking reason. For crossing some imaginary line, someone just fucking pontificated on others like they have to obey their fucking bullshit. Or else you literally are fucking shot in the head. Yeah, this is like obvious. One side is oppressed, the other is doing the oppressing. It's not like it's just literally not a fucking debate. But imagine you're trying to go across the border and they got a fucking literal death trap set up. Just set up shop. Here's death trap. Hey, you want to go across the border? We can even help you. We're actually letting some people through. You just gotta fill out this bullshit paper we're gonna hand you because we don't give a shit. We just want you on the fucking bus. Dude, I feel like I won a lottery. This is actually... I was told if I... Look, you can't... Or you can't even think about it. Just get your family. You got 5 minutes. Or don't even get your family. But we would prefer you get your family so that no one knows you're missing to the most extent possible. We'll we'll gamble that you're not significant enough to others in this world for them to do a fucking thing. They don't know you exist. They won't hear your story because you're buried in the fucking desert. Like, it's heinous.